Well, hello, FSG. It has been a while.
Hey Args, how you doing? Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Yeah, been a few weeks since we were last on the farms. A few things happening in between, including a little bit of a map announcement that I think you're quite excited about.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, very excited about the Scottish map.
Maybe we'll have to go from Germany to Scotland.
I think that's a very good idea, actually.
Fancy a bit of fishing. But anyhow,
Yeah,
back on the farms and still plenty of things to do here for us.
stacks to do actually, hasn't it? With us being away for a few weeks. Yeah. I'd started my cornfield. I'm going to try and finish that.
Okay.
And I see you've limed your field, so
Yeah, that's
next
pretty
step
much.
planting again.
Yeah, that's pretty much ready to seed. I've actually got one of my big piles of silages fermented, so I'm actually going to make up some TMR for my cows to get them as well fed as possible. Might as well start using it all.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I might go off and do that, and then I'll come give you a hand with your corn if you like, and then might finish off doing a bit of seeding.
Yeah, that sounds good, mate. All right,
Right.
I'll go and get started in the combine, and yeah, I'll see you back.
Yeah, I'll pop over
About
soon.
one.
You've got a trailer and everything, right? You don't need anything.
I do. Yeah, it's in the yard, so help yourself.
Are you just dumping it into storage?
Yeah, it's just going into my silo at the moment.
Okay.
I think the pigs have got enough at the moment, but yeah, I'll feed them as and when they need it.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, you get things underway, and hopefully by the time I'm done, your trailer might be full, and I'll go and empty it for you.
Perfect.
Easy ads. All right, I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, see you in a bit, mate.
Cool. G'day everyone, welcome back to North Frisian with the Farmsome Guy and myself, and like we said, it's been quite a few weeks since we were last here. In fact, the last video we did, we both did individual ones, but as I was saying, FSG, this big pile of silage here, we have a look, is 100% fermented 836,000 litres, which is funny because the bales over there, FSG going to take his weeder back, the bales over there are only 65% fermented, but we must have mown those in August, September. So they're quite a way behind the silage here. But if we just have a look here, I'm using a little bit of time-saving stock check, there certainly is no value in selling this, so we're definitely going to have to try and use it where we can to keep our cows fed. But of course, also got another, what's in this one, 700 something thousand litres? 680, so about 1.5 million litres of silage, plus all the grass over there. We are going to be well stocked and well fed, but we'll go and find the feeder, go and find the tractor. I've almost forgotten where I put everything since it's been so long, and getting things tidied up, but we'll head on over this way, grab the voucher, bring it over, get some silage, get a bale. In fact, I might have to go and buy a silage fork. We might be able to use FSG's wheel loader, which is still here. But anyhow, let's jump in and go and get some TMR mixed up for our cows. So first things first, the mix is 23, well, there goes a flying FSG, 23,800 litre capacity. Now we need to be mindful of our mix. Our straw bales that we've got are 9,000 litres, plus that one small one we've got there. So 9,000 litres into that, it's actually going to be quite a big percentage. What's that, almost 30, 40%, 40% of our space. So we're not actually going to be wanting to put a full straw bale in there, probably half one might be enough. So I'm just trying to figure out our capacity. The square hay bales are 7,000 or 8,000 litres, so two of those is going to be 15. So we're almost actually just going to have to put 2 hay bales in and then top it up with silage and just keep the straw for bedding. That might have to be what we do. I don't know. Kind of sold myself a little bit short here, trying to figure out the best ratios for mixing. So let's try that out. Let's just skip the straw for starters. We've got enough silage, decent amount of hay, but we're going to use that up pretty quick. I do have the grass growing, which will be ready to be cut in November, but that might be leaving it a little bit too late to make some more hay. So anyhow, let's grab a couple of bales out and we'll go and grab some silage and see how we go. So we go 2 bales, 15,000 litres. That's going to take us over 50% with the hay. I'm just going to have to make sure. Hopefully if I actually bring up our menu, we might actually see as we're mixing this what we're going to get up to. Just get out of the way there. If you recall last time too, I had some issues with these mixers just chewing the bales up, not being the most friendly to mix with. So if I just lower that in there you go, that's chewing up the bale. I can't see yet how full that's going to get, but I think that will be right with 15%. In fact, let's just jump back into the tractor. You can see there we've actually got a few different options for the mixing there. It doesn't actually show a minimum or a maximum for what range we should be in, but we're looking good there for the hay, so I think we'll put another bale in, then we'll go and grab some silage. Hopefully we're going to be okay. Sort of a little bit of a gamble, but I think we should be fine. It's filling up very, very quickly, not leaving much space for silage, but there we go, that's that done. So it's at 14,500 litres there. So let's just park this back there, jump out of here, go get back in the tractor, go over, uncover the first part of our silage, grab the wheel loader, and see how we go. See if we end up with a mix of TMR or not. Just going to figure out where the best place to park this is going to be. Probably if we just spin around something like that. We should even think about uncovering it from the other end. Yeah, let's do that. That's probably the safer way, rather than doing all the work around the road. We'll uncover it down this end and work backwards. That way we're always working in a safer spot, not having to worry about traffic. So let's have a look here. FSG's got the bucket on the front of the wheel loader. He must be using it for something. I thought we had the... we have the bucket before? Maybe we did, not sure. It's 3,000 litres there. It's picked up and thrown in the back. Top it up, hopefully make some TMR. Alright, that's us full. Moment of truth. What's it going to tell us is in there? Forage. Rats! Alright, let's have a look. Yep, forage. Where did we go wrong? Actually ended up with too much hay. Alright, 60% hay. Hay needed to be lower, it needed to be 30, so we should have only put one bale of hay in, and the rest was going to be silage. Well, let's go. I guess we're going to have to try and dump this out. Maybe we'll use the other pit over here. The other bunker. We'll dump it out in here, and we'll worry about picking it up in just a little bit, and we'll go and try again. Boys are not doing cattle much, right. And I can't even unload it there. Okay, let me figure this one out. We might have to go and figure out a spot we can dump it. Maybe down the edge of one of our grass fields. Maybe we can give it to the cows, maybe the calves will have it. Let's go and see. Alright, there we go. We've got the option to dump forage, so I'm not too worried about feeding the calves in here the proper food. They don't need proper food. As such, they're not the milk producers, so as long as they're being fed, they'll be happy. So we'll dump that in there. And then we'll go and give it another shot. I think now looking at where our indicators are, we should be one bale of hay and the rest silage, so let's give that a shot. Alright, moment of truth. I think this is the last bucket of silage we can put in. It's still showing as forage. I'm hoping tip this in. No. Oh, we still can't. Oh, bother. Right, let's just go and have a look in the tractor. And we've got on our silage, 69%, but we're too high on the hay. Alright, well, let's go and see if the cows will take this, and then we'll figure out what we need to do. We'll be here a while, actually, trying to figure it all out. So we'll go and see if the cows, what they think of some forage instead of some TMR. And then I might just have to go back to the drawing board and give it a little bit more thought. So, we can definitely feed them forage. Let's have a look as this is unloading on the animal screen and see what they say. Well, we're not getting the TMR at 100%, it is just going down as silage effectively, so I guess I'm back to the drawing board on figuring out what's going to be our best way to get our animals fed. But I think there's enough messing around with that. FSG is going to need a hand, so I'm just going to park this in here for now. In fact, we'll take it out and go and park it back around. And I'll spend a little bit more time trying to figure this one out. We might just have to put in partial bales, I guess. Might be the best way to do it. We can top up with mineral feed from the silo over there. We can buy some mineral feed if we need to do that. We do have straw, so we can obviously pad out if we want to use some straw for padding in our mix. So I'm just going to have to come up with a solution to figure out what is the best mix ratio to get our proper TMR sorted out. Alright, well here we are. There's FSG down there. You can just see his Lexian heading off in the distance. How full's the trailer? 9,852 litres. Might have to jump in just to see what percentage that is. There we go, about 50%. So we'll get this started up. We'll go and see if we can catch up with him. See which way is he heading. He's heading around that way. Right. Let's just see if we can get turned around. I need to orientate myself with this field and figure out where the field entrances are too. Maybe down the other end. Not sure if there's enough space to turn around here. We'll keep down where there's a little bit more space here on the end. We'll go and catch up. choice of corn is often very high yielding and does keep you on your toes. So probably having someone to help with a bit of carting will be a blessing. Right. He's coming back down this way. She's opening the field up a little bit more. Right. Let's wait down here because the auger will be on this side. And we'll see about unloading him on the way back. Alright, here we go. Doesn't look like there's much in the hopper actually. He must have just unloaded, but we might as well pull it up here beside. Always nice when you can just get in position now. It's got the big long pipe on this, but only the narrow header for the corn header. Obviously got a bigger pipe, bigger header for the grain. We do know it's parked down there, but let's just run along the side here and see how full we can get. And it'll be a good chance for ourselves to figure out how to get in and out of this field, so once we're full we know where to go. There we go. Easy in and out of the field right here on the end. So let's just wait and get that last little bit in there. We're only 73% full, but let's peel out. We will just head on down and go and find out where we're unloading this. Figure out exactly where FSG silo is. We'll be a good employee, a good tractor driver, and turn our lights on. Have a look down here. A little bit of lag at the moment, which is not uncommon on the server. Let's just have a look. Ourselves turned in just inside the gate. Tight. Get on over to there's a silo complex here right in front of us, and I'm guessing there's going to be an unload point right there. Pretty simple and straightforward, even if I do say so myself. Right. That positioned over top. Get out unloading. Not going to clash with the shed. No, we're well clear of that. Not going to hit the overload auger. All good. Right. Here we go. That's us. Right. Well, I guess we're just going to settle into a little bit of corn harvesting for the next wee while. So we'll see you when we're done. Move on to maybe a little bit of seeding. We will wait and see. Well, we are just about done. It's gone pretty well. Almost didn't need to be unloading quite as frequently as we were, but we just got into the swing of things, and as it's been a few weeks into FarmCon and lots happening in the last wee while since FSG and I last caught up, it's just nice to be able to have a chat. So we've just sort of got into the swing of it, chatting about farming life, farm sim life, everything that's been going on, and got us corn harvested, so that's worked out pretty well. We'll go and get this dumped into the silo for him, and then I was actually just thinking as I was driving past, I should have brought my tractor down here so we could grab the seeder on our way out, but we'll go back down and grab that, and then we're going to go and get our field seeded, or at least make a start on seeding it. Not sure whether we'll get it all done today as time permits, but we'll see how far we get through it. Let's go and get this emptied out, and we'll see if we can actually have a look and see how much corn you ended up with. Alright, there we go, that's done. Let's just jump in. We'll have to change farms and have a look, see how much corn FSG's got. So there we go, 78,000 litres in total in the silo, about $22,000 worth, but of course it doesn't actually matter what it's worth because he is not going to be selling it. It is going to be used for feeding his pigs, of which he has plenty. There's our seeder, so we're going to be getting that out, but let's just have a chat. Where's the man gone? There he is. There you go, mate, all done.
Thanks for your help there, Args. Yeah,
no dramas. Decent amount, 78,000 litres.
Yep, that should keep the pigs happy for a while.
I can see.
I'm now slightly concerned if I fatten up these pigs and sell them, they're going to be worth anything anyway. Not something I've ever done before, pigs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting actually. Hopefully it's worth more than that corn because it's not worth much.
It's not, is it? No. I did notice that.
No, very good. Alright, well I'm going to go grab my tractor and come and steal the seeder and get my field started.
Yep, sounds good. Anything you want me to do?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be alright. This is a direct seeder, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So you should go straight in.
Cool. Now I'll just jump into that and get a little bit done and see how far I go and, yeah, leave you to do something for yourself.
Alright, I think I might go and cultivate my little sunflower field that's already been harvested.
Nice one. Alright, have fun doing that. I'll catch up with you soon.
Alright, dude.
Cool.
Thanks for your help.
No worries. Alright, well there we go. Looks like he's going to move that out of the way. So we will... Oh, he's just going to turn it off. Right, he is going to move it. Hopefully he moves it because it's in the way of that seeder. Right, let's go and find a tractor. And we will go and make a start on getting some crops in the ground. Alright, here we go. We will jump into the Vario. Get this all started up. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Lights on. Safety first. And let's go and get the seeder hooked up. I think we should... Those playful calves in there, happy with their forage to feed on. We should be able to get some seed purchased out of the silo. That's my hope anyhow, that we don't need to run down to the store and buy some.
FSG to Args.
You go ahead, mate.
Can I borrow your cultivator?
Do I have a cultivator?
I don't know. I don't have one either.
No, I don't think I've got one.
Alright.
So no.
I'll go and buy one.
Sorry, I can't help.
Alright. Thanks for your help.
No worries. I think I've got a cultivator. Can't remember putting one away in a shed earlier. Plenty of things to mow grass with. But nothing much to cultivate with. Right, let's get this on down. We do have a little bit of seed and fertiliser in there. We should keep a record of that because obviously that is FSG's. So we'll make sure we leave it about where it is, 1200 and 400. In fact, we could have actually emptied it out and left it down there, but I'm sure he won't complain. Let's go and see if we can buy some out of our silo to top it all up. Alright, there we are. Looks like we press R, we can go through. We need to buy some fertiliser. Okay, that's problem number one, and we can't get any seed out of this. Okay, right, let's go and buy a little bit of fertiliser. Down out of here. Go on around the other side. I think there's a little bit of a trigger just about here. There we go. Don't need a huge amount. We will buy what? 2,000 litres? What's our next limit? We'll buy 5,000. So we've got some for next time. But that doesn't solve our seed problem. So we might... We'll see how far the seed we've got in here goes. And we'll buy it off FSG if we need to. There we go. There's some fertiliser going in. Problem was we had to actually have things unfolded to be able to do that. So I'll get that folded back up so we can get out of here. Now, I'm just going to go through and change our seed. We are going to plant a little bit of grass, and I'll explain to you when we get into the field what it is I'm intending to do. So, with the shape of this field, it's a little bit awkward up in this top end. It's a little bit narrow. I thought, actually, you know what, it's going to be easier if that's grass, then we can just come in and mow it when we need to. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to plant across, kind of across here, go straight across and split it up into 2 fields, and that'll be grass up on that end. And then down this end, I'm going to figure out what we're going to plant in there. We're either going to put more corn in for more silage, or we put something like some wheat or something like that that we can sell, get some straw off and things like that. So let's unfold it first. We are on grass. I'm going to have to bring up the map and just drive a little bit of a heading. Now I will actually, just thinking about it, I'm going to have to paint a border in here. Do we paint it first and then? Yeah, let's paint a border first, because what will happen if we just seed it directly with the planter is we can come through and obviously seed through that if we're not careful. So let's put a little bit of an edge down into this field just to split it in half. Right, so we've got grass picked. Just going to go through. Do this as sort of as straight as I can. Now we're not actually on a very good angle in the map to be doing this, but let's just get as smooth a straighter edge as possible. Get a little bit rough, a little bit ready. That should just about work if we go all the way through to there. Go. And a little bit of a radius on these 2 corners, just because we don't want it to be too hard to plant into. Do the same just down in this corner too. That one's not too much of a worry, but this one here, with a little bit of a shape to it. There we go. Right, that's looking pretty good to me. Now, do we go through, find our grass? Might as well plant a little bit of grass on there just so it doesn't look so bare when it comes time to go through there. Now change cursor shape. Button's different for this one. There we go. Right. A little bit of grass in here just to tidy this all up. And then we'll be good to go. There we go. Beautiful. Mr. McCalling should be a landscaper. There we go. Tidy up this a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect, but that's pretty darn close, I would think. Back along here. There we go. A little bit just in the middle there we missed. Right, happy with that. Good job. Right, let's go seeding. Get things spooled up. Get it lowered down on the ground. And here we go. Grass going in. Now I am going to try, just managed to clip a tree a little bit. Let's see if we can set up some tram lines or some, not some tram lines. We definitely don't want tram lines in grass, but let's see if we can set up some guidance steering to get us around this field. And there we go. Steering assist works reasonably well. I'll split it into a couple of shapes, but we'll make do with that. Right, 6 meters wide, 3 headlands. Let's get into it. And there we go. Back underway. So, with that all done, we're seeding, we're getting things in the ground. I think we will jump into a little bit of a montage and get this field done. There we go, just what I needed, some more grass to have to mow and manage and worry about. That's going to be a good little field actually. Well, it's not that little, but it's going to be a good section of grass for us. And Leaves a decent size, pretty regular shaped field in the end here. I didn't actually manage to square this off very well actually when I looked at it on the map, but it's going to work out reasonably well. Didn't have to be perfectly square though, does it? There we go. I'll just spin around quickly and pick up this little bit here. Just make sure we've got everything. There we go, done. Right, get that turned off. We're going to fold it up. I am going to have to get some more seed before we plant anything in there, or we're going to have to get a planter. I'm not too sure exactly what the story is, but I'm just going to head over this way and see if SG's been working in the field next to us. He's been putting cover crop in. He's going to get himself the Delbo cultivator. I think he's leased it, but he's putting some oilseed radish in this field, and he's also put it in another one. So it'll be interesting to see how that pays off for him, particularly with obviously the fertilizer and things like that. So there we go, he stopped, he saw us coming over, so we'll jump out and have a quick chat with him. Hope you didn't get your feet wet then.
Yeah, I need to cool down anyway.
Yeah,
hot work this.
Yeah, fair enough too. You're putting cover crop in.
I am. I just thought I'd get a little bit of fertilizer in.
Nice, be interesting.
While we were cultivating, kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I suppose you'll get a little bit of a government incentive from the precision farming gods, won't you too?
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Pay for itself.
I'm all environmental, me.
Yeah. Good one. Awesome,
you got that covered off quick as well.
Yeah. Grass in here, and I've cut the field in half, so I'll figure out what I'm going to put on the other end. Not quite sure yet.
All right, nice one.
Figure something out. Is it going to be corn for more silage? Not that I need any more of that, or it's maybe something to sell.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Good stuff.
Good one.
Well, I've not got much more to do here. Yeah, it won't take me long to finish this, so
okay.
I'll just push on for a bit, I think.
Yeah, I'll leave you to finish that off, and I'll go and pack things up and wrap it up, and hopefully catch you next week.
Yeah, let's catch up again next week.
Perfect.
Good to be back, mate.
Yeah, nice to have a chat too. It's been good to catch up.
Yeah.
Jolly good. All right.
Have a great week.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you again soon.
Cheers, Args.
All right. Bye.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Oh, I thought he was going to leap it in a single bound, but not quite. Bit of a splash there at the end. There we go. That is us done. So we're going to go and get this all put away and parked up, and we'll just take a quick look, have a little bit of think about what to plant. Like I said earlier, if we're going to be putting corn in, we are going to have to consider getting a planter, not a seeder, and we're limited with our options of what can direct drill. So whether we could use the Delbo while FSG's got that. We don't have to put a cover crop in. We could use that to cultivate the field and then run a planter around behind it, or we put something else in. I'm not sure. We will give it some thought, give it some consideration. But I'm just going to park this actually. Do we have a diesel Bowser anywhere? We need some diesel, so I'm going to park that up. I don't think we do. I think I had to buy some down at the shop last time we were down there at the other tractor. So I'm just going to park that up there and hop on out and call it quits for the day. So there we go. Nice to be back here. Nice to spend a bit of time chatting to FSG and get a little bit of work done on the farm. I'm going to do some research into how to fix our forage TMR mixer issues out. We'll have to come up with a solution for that, and like I said, give some thought to what we're going to plant in the rest of the field. But whether we're here in October or November, if it's November next time around, we do have some grass to mow, possibly some hay to make, so we'll give that some consideration as well. Anyhow, that's enough of that. Thank you all very much for watching from the Farm Sim Guy and myself. Hope you've enjoyed that episode, and we'll catch you in the next one.